If we humans have consistently needed a certain foundation to be well, that foundation maybe is something we should research into. So we started looking into what it is, and they said it was Inuit.
Nunatini roximadugucita roximaduilagin tabani Inuit Ania behangito new behangi Ania get Charlonia already tunga Ania gaduitu balain gatataku na tuta they may do what you good
Pimagaloning niya tukisi si magamantamat si mga kinakataw na yakto nga agang na yakto nga nanasin na yakto nga ikayutik sa na piyo magama kaya na may yakto nga mahunga kataw yun nakama.
Those who came before us knew the truest ways. They're the ones who show us that darkness turns to brightest day.
So we are gathering here to share stories and our perspectives on the relationships and the interconnectedness of human, animal, and our environment, environmental health and beyond.
In the current framework that we all live and work within in academia or in governments, all of those different disciplines are siloed. And so using a OneHealth lens, if you bring everyone together, how can you solve complex problems? OneHealth, for me, is that holism. It's the recognition that humanity exists in relation to much more, and that health and well-being have to be thought of in that way. That you can't just isolate a plant or a muskox or a sick child, that they all exist potentially in relation to each other in some way.
I'm really happy that we were able to come, a full Greenlandic delegation, thanks to the Government of Canada. We've been working to develop a framework for community health, which is very much inspired by a lot of what we've learned from Gwen and Gwen's colleagues and other partners in the Arctic, where we have Timidanak Anasa in the middle of everything, body, mind, and spirit.
I really wanted to rethink biology from a Greenlandic perspective, because this is our university. This is Ilisimatusarfik. It's right at the edge of the Nuuk Fjord. When we sit in our classrooms, we can watch the climate outside.
OneHealth approaches are designed to address big issues like emerging infectious disease. That's a huge issue, or climate change. And it really started as an emerging infectious disease framework in the early 2000s. So it is largely veterinary medicine and human health. And their main point is that OneHealth cannot operate as silos when faced with complex and serious issues. Like, that's the basic idea of OneHealth.
We, with the very strong support and guidance from Nunavut and from this Canada Food Inspection Agency, established a testing program here based in our lab facility at the Nunavut Research Institute in Iqaluit. Trained a team of analysts from Nunavut Incorporated and other local organizations to carry out this testing procedure. And we've operated continuously since then.
Inuit taunung maktun tautugiakto hilalawarning niliayon taika tapika hubiagila lagi munila majuita maming hubiagila kalawabun pijau kaswaktin lugi tautugiangin hilalawarniaktun hubianala lagi inunulu Inuit aniakang niujatuin naktun Matangalu mamakitsutigo. Nirehatigilugulo mamakitsutigo. Amatotutak huguni hinga avitautuni Inui avitoktaut tiaktu nihinga ilunaro tang na upada kreator si majuta ko nunga piniamata. Nagigumalasyung matatay ko apiguminak to ni kingo madangin ni Inuit. Pititaw gasuwasun. Pitaharadwitumi kingo machimata ubalo niya niya dupalo ng mata kadjari jangan ni nirititaw kami pivaliw tut isumangan timingan nun.
So Inuit knowledge, as we know, is central in OneHealth within Nunavut. Knowledge exists within Inuit communities to support healthy eating, to support country food use. And so the research I'm involved in is focused specifically on Inuit women's knowledge of country food preparation, preservation, and keeping food safe in a changing climate. And so this would be an example of very much a OneHealth approach to community health.
We can have lab anywhere. This is our cabin also near Clyde River, like using common stove, making fish heads at that time. You also feel the air, the quietness in the lab. So again, good lab.
Well, very often OneHealth is described as an animals, humans, and the environment, and OneHealth is being where those intersect in the middle. But what I've learned working in Nunavut and working with Inuit knowledge holders is that it's very hard to separate those. So instead of this one little circle in the middle, we're thinking about it with all the circles together, so as one, really. And that's, I think, the best definition of OneHealth that I've come across.
I'm happy to do this presentation named Nunavut Narratives, Voices of the People Living Alongside Polar Bears. So myself, where I work, the Nunavut Wildlife Management Board, I'm collaborating with another executive director, James Nook, from the Tungite Wildlife Plants and Fisheries Secretariat, and also the executive director for the Nunavut Marine Region Wildlife Board, Tommy Palliser. It's a way of amplifying Inuit knowledge through videos and voice. And these are very short videos. They range from a few minutes to several, or 15 to 20 minutes of video interviewing people, but also, for instance, videos of a harvest of a polar bear in the three regions in Canada, in Nunavut, Nunavik, and Iqaluit, and also personal collective stories.
One woman expressed country food in this way: when you haven't had country food for a while and you finally have it, it's like, okay, this is what's been missing. And it brings you back home, and the whole body and mind and soul get connected, and you're back home to your life as an Inuk person.
Sila, as we all know, is the weather, it's the mind, it's the world order, it's the spirit of the wind. Sila me, to be outside. Sila miu, to be human. Sila soak, world. And humanity, sila miut. And this word really tells us what was said many times earlier today. It's all the same thing. And what's very important to us is to acknowledge too that while our students in the context of this program, they will learn about climate change. But the climate has changed because our minds, our behaviors have changed. And they have to deal with that too.
Ato takarwangiman imini kisan pilaga yon narloteo yakakang mengmata akago gasang ning tunayaw baklote kingo bake nyon iman na ito yo tuktunik ko ikane no nakadlo takatakto aw yakon ukiyak sangor ka nga mao na ingi kasyo makon nga aksultaro kaw maukto inoy kisuto na tianing naktutunik pidyotiling ni kaw maukto Pai pakta kharak to doctorate. Ingoko iyo.
Piala mertin ni ayok nakihimag man kihen ni Inuit ile ko hilo wingit ni pe ko hilo wingit ni hatok na ni lungya na ni kupta tunga wikat chalang alang inapta makitagun na chawa na opta tunga wikat chalo daw makihen ama inu hekul hadumalik kanerlo ni kanwigun ni chalo ni awatimi kamat chalo ni inu katipti ni innerit chalo ta Tako ami hu yuga lui ki ni nalunayak tau check kanang na ako on time na tukihin ni luka ko huli upigo hu cha nang mig.
Ami hunik una inu kanuing isyang ninga. Piyaki tuyut siya mea ublumiulat to kawini lugaya huptigo. Ublumine na tukihin kayo na daso. Piyaki tuluang ni nganot inuitay kumani inu hekatsang mi nutaka kautid lugo kikok taulianito. Kanok inu hekatsang kanok tunganang na may nayak mga kanok upiguhugo na kayak mga kanok inu siya ko na kayak mga time na inu ilinya ninga ang makablo na ilinya ninga to ay giging ipanig.
It really became clear that not only do we already see and work in the world in those 3 dimensions of human, animal, environment, but actually we operate in the world in 6 dimensions. So human, animal, environment, planet, spirit world, universe. And so that's really, and probably more, but that's all my brain can handle, is a 6-dimensional framing of what it means to be a healthy human being in relation to our world around us.
Rock and snow. I am home in Nunavut, on the tundra and the sea, following the ancient route where the dream becomes reality.